Okay, you are coming to cause some trouble with Miss Sharon Goodwin.
Just a little bit, because you don't want to get too much in trouble with her. She'll fight you. Mm-hmm. And she'll win.
But you're definitely very early on solidifying who you are and what you're there to do, and that you're not afraid to use your power. And I love seeing women in these types of roles.
Yes. It's really a beautiful thing when you think about it, because here are two women in these roles. Because there's Sharon, who is running,
and women of color. Let's not forget that.
The other day I was standing there with Marlene and Lady E, I call her Lady E, and Apetha, and myself, and I thought to myself, goodness, it's just like these three women of color, and I didn't recognize it, and I did, and I didn't, and I did, and I was like, it's so great, and I'm really grateful to the writers that they weren't scared to say, we're going to put a woman in as the COO and she's going to cause trouble, that we're going to put a black woman in as a COO and she's going to cause trouble, and that they're going to fight and be smart together and want the best for the hospital together. So it's going to be fun.
I'm cheering. When I saw, I was like, okay, this is going to get interesting.
Oh, it's getting interesting already. I've been watching my back.
Beyond trying to cause trouble, does she have a goal in mind for the hospital? And can you talk a little bit about what that is?
Definitely. So what I've learned is that a lot of times these people get a bad rap, right? Because where Lady Sharon Goodwin is, I say that she's the heart of the hospital, like the blood of it. She kind of runs it. She's very much about the people and what's going on, and she wants the best for the hospital when it comes to that. My character, Gwen, is there to make sure that the books are met. So you may come in and say, look, we need a $10 million facility because it will help this patient, right? And then my character kind of says, well, if I give you $10 million for that, I go into bankruptcy. It only helps one patient, but then my whole hospital maybe shuts down, and I have no hospital for the whole. So they come from two sides of it. I call my character maybe the book side of it, and to some extent the brain side of it, where Pith is kind of the heart to some extent. But those two things clash. And for me, it's I don't want her to get too much of a bad rap, but my challenge is to see how I can let the audience understand where she's coming from, even though they may think she's being a hard nose. It's kind of like your parents. You know what I mean? Where your parent says, no, we can't afford that, so we're not buying it. You're like, but I want the Legos. And you're like, not this year. It's not going to happen. And you put your foot down, and, so it kind of clashes a little bit with her.
Does she have an opportunity to show some heart?
She does.
Is it all financial?
It's all kind of finance, but every now and then they kind of they let her heart beat a little bit, and it's like, oh, that felt good.
Like the Grinch.
Oh, blood flowed through me. Yeah. So every now and then, I think for anybody in that position, you can't help it. So once you get on the floor, where my character kind of spends a lot of her time kind of in the bowels of it. When you get on the floor and you start seeing how it affects the people, it's really difficult to not have your heart kind of reach out. When you see children affected and people affected and lives affected, it's hard to say you're not affected. But yet, of course, you're going back to this is what the board wants and this is what we need to do. So yeah, we see her heart come out every now and then. She makes a few mistakes, but she's getting there. I keep telling them, hopefully I don't get shot before the third episode.
Good thing you're in a hospital.
That's what I said. These are in the hospital, so you guys can sew me up, and we'll find out if Lady
would they sew you up?
That's the whole point.
And what about the guy who could have best done the job? You fired him.
I fired him. I did actually. I fired him. And so I'm like, well then at least Chicago PD will come and figure out who shot me, and then FD will come and clean it up, and then hopefully Chicago law will have a court case and figure out if it was Lady E or who did shoot me.
Well, I like that your character doesn't back down. She's not just there to be antagonistic. She has a reason to not back down.
Yeah.
Which I think informs the character a lot.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times especially as women, I think we get that role that, oh, well, you're, you know, one of those words because that's who it is. And for me, it's very much like, no, we can't back down. I have a hospital to run, and I want this hospital to be successful. I want it to stay in place, and that means kind of going up against people and what they may think is best for it. And I do think those people are in really difficult situations. I spoke to a CEO of a big hospital here in Chicago, and I kind of felt for her because she's like, look, it's not easy. I have my tough days when I have to make some really tough decisions, and people don't like it, you know? And then I spoke to my doctor. I was called my doctor. He said, so what are you doing on the show? And I'm like, well, I'm upset because I'm not a doctor, but I'm like the COO. And he goes, so you walk around in your suit? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you got a clipboard? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all you care about is the money. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't like you again. Oh, this is not good.
Well, to piggyback off that, with her not being an MD, will she fully be able to understand the needs of the hospital with her not being an MD?
Yeah.
Just being the numbers person. There's things that go beyond numbers.
Amen, right? So you think to yourself that there are all those things. And I did ask, well, the lady that I spoke to, she had come through the ranks and understood it. But I think sometimes it's difficult for you to understand that. And that's how Lady E becomes such a great asset to the hospital, because she understands that day-to-day, the run of it, you know what I mean? And so my character has run some stuff before, but she is kind of that Harvard girl. She's like, I'm here for the books. And I think sometimes, I hate saying this, but it bodes her well, just because there are times that you can't get too involved, you know, with the... You know, you have to be able to go, I know you're bleeding, but we gotta get you out of here.
Well, by season, sorry, just really quick, by season then, I would love to see them just having a cocktail together.
Yeah.
And even if there's not necessarily a friendship, but maybe a mutual respect where they can just kind of...
But let's just say this, I won't drink whatever she gives me.
Thank you.
In the premiere, she loses like the battle over Connor's thing in the ER.
Yeah.
So will she hold that against Connor at all?
She holds a lot of things. So she doesn't forget a lot of things, and so she not to give too much away, but she does have her sheet of, you know.
Even though, like, I mean, he's an innocent party in the whole thing.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Does she see that, or does she not care?
I think she sees it, but she also understands that, with all due respect to Goodwin, they have a clique. They've formed a nice, tight bond, all of them. You know, Marlene and Goodwin and all these guys. I mean, and she, just like I am, is walking in to this world that they've already created. And so the only thing for you to do is either break that up or let them know this is how this is how we run, or you join it. And in her case, she can't really join it to some extent. So I do think she has a little list in the back of her head of like, oh, you're with this person, you're with that, you know. It gets very Survivor. So I have to vote somebody off the island at some point.
Does she find solace in someone? Is there someone that...
She has a doctor that she has brought in that they've kind of... But poor guy, he's scared too, I think. He might get shot as well. Oh, she's getting already shot. But yeah, she does. I feel for her, because I think in the later episodes I would like to see a home life and see what that is. Because I do think those people in those positions, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Because all day you're no, yes, you know, this is how it is, and you have to be able to go home to the arms of someone who says it's okay. So.
Does she play a role in the crossover episode?
Oh, that was my next question.
And not yet, but I think she might have to at some point, because we always move around, and I'd like to go to the firehouse. I think those guys are pretty cool. So, and I've met one of the characters from, she and one of the characters from the police department have had a run-in already. So, another reason why she might be
Will we get to learn about her background?
I feel like she has to get shot now.
No. I'm just
be
saying it so that
disappointing
they
if
can't shoot me. If I put it out there, then they can't write it in. Then she got shot. It's poisoned, maybe. But not shot. She's a good actor. She's fun. She's a lot of fun. Because all my other characters have always been, good. And so it's kind of fun to play the antagonist.
Will we get to learn about her background and how she ended up?
I hope so. I do. I really do hope so. I'm interested in that as well. I mean, you get your breakdown about who they think she is, but it would be nice to see who she is at home. If she wears sweats at home, if she has a cat or a dog and stuff.
A lot of actors make that stuff up as they go along if they haven't
Yeah.
been given that. Have
Yeah.
you made up anything about her yet?
I do in my head. I have some things in my head, and I'm very looking forward to see if they one day connect. I do. I had this thing in my head about who she's seeing, but I'll leave that. That's a spin-off.
Ooh, that's good.
That's
We
a
can do
good
a
idea.
spin-off.